Woodsmanship isn't far off what it needs to be at. I think doing this would actually be a good way to get it up. What would it take for me to carve my own totems? Ah, you have understanding of how to bend wood to your will, but for sacred knowledge of shaping wood and effigies of the spirit world, I must demand some in return. Can't spread out right now. Buy your totems. Part of me wonders if I shouldn't go, like wood cutting. Should I go mining? Should I do stuff? Gonna want to kill those bandits. Excuse me. So that's a better heal right there. I don't have access to the better potions. I might be able to make a few. There should be a number of empty vials here somewhere. I shouldn't need to chug anything. You know, to like, empty the vial. I wish it was an auto sort. Because then once you get used to it, you'll just know where things are. I could sort it myself, but that sounds like work. Here we go. Not gonna make much with with only this much. Three potions. Yeah, I accept it. Oh, let's get a move on. Hey, folks, and I'm back. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not sure where they're going. 7, 8, 9. Oh, not bad defense XP. Hmm. Huh, they haven't even hurt me. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. You can hear me, hear the game, see the game, and indeed recording. 40, 41. I'm just off these days. Ooh, nice. Give to Horsey, give to Horsey, give to Horsey. God damn it. I don't have enough money to buy back my carrot soup. Is that it of what? No, I also lost some totems. Full markers. Oh no, I used some of those, didn't I? Maybe fighting him in melee would be better. I wonder if he'd suffer from the, since he's a ranger, would he suffer from the interrupted aim thing? He is using throwing knives though instead of a bow, so maybe not. I'm gonna try the other guy. Just sort of like to get this done. See, you know, what are the unique weapons you can get. Excuse me. Oh, the definition of having blood on one's hands. That went hysterically easy. That went hysterically easy. Apparently this guy can't actually drop on. Same with the other dude, actually. They just drop the quest item and that's it. Hmm. Hmm. 15 man, I wouldn't get many castings off. Okay, I've got an idea. I wish this game did tell you, like, okay, using this staff makes this spell weaker. Gives you a weaker version of spell, but for free, what's the damage then? Give me the deets. Grab you. Maybe I should just grab a wand. Nah, I can't justify it. And grab you. I'll bait the fucker out with ranged. And then put him down in melee. Actually, no, wait. If we just go this way, we'll actually get to him. Since I'm playing this game, my mind is often turning to RuneScape. As you've seen from like how I talk about it, I'm often end up thinking about RuneScape. And just comparing and contrasting. And like just the ways of getting around in this game versus the ways of getting around in RuneScape. And RuneScape does probably have more, but they're more gated or more limited. Like it has the canoes. You can chop down a tree and canoe around. You can, but it's only in this one river from like Lumbridge up north, up into the wilderness, and that's the only place you can canoe. There's the fairy rings, but they're hidden, they're gated behind like a mid-game quest, and then further fairy gates are gated behind other quests. The fairy rings are a pretty widespread way of getting around, but like there's fairy rings everywhere, but they're I've never gotten to use them. in all the time I've played it. I've never done the right quests, made the right progress. I know when I was originally playing it as a kid, I was kind of all over the place, easily distracted. Still had fun, but yeah, I never made real progress on that. Then when I was coming back to do OSRS now, to the old school now, it's a grind. There's there's a lot to do and it's slow getting around, so I haven't made too much progress. Um, to be honest, I'm not sure if I even thought of them much. Since I never used them, I just didn't even think of them as a thing. But yeah. Hmm. But yeah, I was just kind of thinking of like the ways of getting around this game versus ways of getting around in RuneScape, and comparing it. Just like part of me is wondering, like after playing this with its quality of life improvements, like could I ever go back to the game? And I'm wondering, like that game may actually have even more ways around than this, but they're gated a lot harder. Like in this, like I can teleport freely, even when I had little magic training. In RuneScape, you have to have the right runes, and you have to have a wide range of magic skill to actually be able to teleport places. Like I think to get a Lumbridge teleport, it's like 20 magic plus. It could be 30. Um, I can't remember what it is, but it's not. It's a bit into the tree to actually be able to teleport to Lumbridge or Varrock or Falador. It's a fair bit in, and those are one of the early areas. Well, here, right, you can just buy it. Like here's a grand, and here's three grand. Now I can do the spell. There's no like level gating. So, and then I was thinking like the canoe system, how limited that is. Like it's useful. There's utility there, but it's limited. Well, here there's free horse rides everywhere to any nearby stable, and that so you can leapfrog around if needs be. Um, and then you can freely go to any of your homes once every 10 minutes. More if you have those teleport scrolls, which you can buy. Like there is, like it's very easy to get around the map quickly in this. In RuneScape, it's easier later on in the game, but to get to that point, you have to go through lots and lots of walking, and then your run speed is very limited. Here, I'm running at this enhanced speed the whole time, but in RuneScape, you have a run meter, and so it's like part of me playing this is like, you know what, it's making me kind of want to go back and play RuneScape again. But it's also part of me is thinking like, I think if I went back and played it, I would be in pain because it's a lot slower of a game and it's a lot harder to get around, at least early on. Once you start unlocking things, it'll get faster, but it's to get to that point is a lot of running about and whatnot. I'm especially dreading that quest One Small Favor, which it's like a 30 stage quest, if not more, and sending you all around the world, and it's really tedious. That's the joke of it. It's not One Small Favor. But yeah, I'm tempted in playing the game, going back and trying the game again, but I feel I feel like it'll be a little... I'm so glad none of these are linked. Like a little awkward to go back to it after playing a game like this, where you have such greater, like, flexibility and ability, and movement. At least it's available more easily than it is in RuneScape. With RuneScape, you have to unlock it, and it's gated behind so many skill levels, quests, this and that. and quest points. There may not this quest chain may not be gated behind any particular quest before it, but you have to be so experienced of an adventure in quests as well as in skills to get it. So you may need 150 skill points, quest points to do it, or 200, whatever. So there's many layers of gating to it. So it's just, I feel like if while I do like RuneScape, I feel like if I went back to it, I just won't click with it anymore. But you never know. I play games according to my mood. I may get a wild hair on my ass someday and really long for the feel of RuneScape again. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, playing this, I can't help but think of RuneScape, and I can talk for a moment. Playing this, I can't help but think of RuneScape, and compare different aspects to it, and it does get me wondering, like, after playing a game like this, could I go back to RuneScape? Or would it be too different on me now? Like, basically, after I played RuneScape and I loved it, but then I started playing WoW, and after that I feel like I grew away from RuneScape. I'm very much used to WoW's style of MMO now. And so going back to something like RuneScape, which is a lot slower, your inventory is very limited, and this kind of thing feels kind of chafing. But then after playing a RuneScape-like, with such quality of life changes and whatnot, I feel that it's pushing me even further away. So while part of me wants to go back and play RuneScape again, sometimes I want to play a game. And then the moment I play it, it's just like, it tastes like ash. I feel like I'm after hitting that point now. I'm wondering. I would like to see more RuneScape. It would be nice to see, but I wonder if I could do it anymore. So yeah, like basically RuneScape does. Thinking more about it, like RuneScape does have a fair fast travel network. It's just heavily gated compared to this game's. Like it just throws it at you. Like, hey, you want to get around? Here's horses. Want to get around? Buy a house. Teleport to it once every 10 minutes or more with scrolls. It just throws it at you. While in RuneScape it's heavily gated, but it is there and it is fairly expansive. So it's swings and roundabouts. So there we go. Yeah, I think he just took to stabbing me. Just find Deep Forest Daisies here. I do wonder if I made sense there with what I was saying. But yeah, I feel I kind of grew away from playing RuneScape because of playing like other MMOs, like say WoW, which is a much more faster paced thing with greater inventory flexibility and the like. And that's something I do quite appreciate. You can just travel around and like leave stuff in your bags or have it just like in hammer space in relation to your character. You don't need to manage like 26 slots and optimize it. It's a much kinder experience, and you can just mount up and fly or run or what have you. Depends on if it's old school or if it's classical or not, or if you've unlocked flying in the new expansion or not. There's flexibility to it, and that I appreciate, and that pushed me away from the much more restricted RuneScape style. Hold on, let me just grab this thing over here. So yeah, the cover off my keyboard fell the other while back and ended up being kicked under something. So I just hit off the battery itself there, and I swear I feel like I got stung on the hand. I've gotten electrocuted a few times, plugging stuff in, doing stuff. So whenever I think I've gotten a shock, I feel dizzy again, almost out of a habit. So it's kind of annoying. I end up feeling clouded and muddled. But what am I good? My hand. So yeah, like in WoW, you can just keep stuff on you. Like you have expansive inventories, you can just hold on to items for ages. Or they're just putting like hammer space in association with you. So like you have the quest item, but it's not taking up bag space. You can fly around, you can mount up, you can Hearthstone in modern WoW. You have many Hearthstones and can teleport around the place. There's immense flexibility to your movement. And if you have a mage friend, they can make a portal. Or if you port to Dal, you can teleport around most of the places. Actually, I think they've removed those fuckers. Basically, I think they put them into Stormwind and Grimoire. So if you go to Stormwind, you can port around to most of the places. Um, there's great flexibility. And going back to something like RuneScape, where you have to unlock it, it's going to be through tremendous grinds, and even then it may be, restricted. And yours have so small of an inventory, it can be a bit chafing. You just kind of get used to conveniences of the other game, and not having them just feels weird. And then playing a game like this, which is very much like RuneScape, but with conveniences and mercies like Horsey here, probably wonders if I could ever go back to RuneScape. Because as a Woodhor, it would pay me to go to an area, to say go to a dungeon, and start grinding on enemies for an item, and find a few things I want to keep, and I either have to not take them, or take them and then have to stop grinding, run to a bank which may be a while away, store them, then run back, and hold on, this is throwing me. So, like if I'm farming in a place or mining, the idea of having to either, well, if I was mining, basically say if I'm farming for a particular item, but I find others I want to keep, I either have to not take them, or take them and run to a bank and run back, and that may be a while away, and it will limit run energy and the like. It's kind of tedious and a pain to a loot whore like myself. Having Horsey around lets me keep that stuff, lets me stay there mining my ore without having to run back to a bank. So, or at least so soon. So you can go on extended trips and whatnot. Horsey's a hell of a mercy feature. So it's just, I wonder if I could go back to RuneScape at this point. We'll have to wait and see. There is still OSR, old school footage for ye to see. You don't have to worry about that. There is still footage to be edited and released. So, that's something. But, it's just kind of me like wondering out loud, like, after all this, could I actually go back to the game? Because I kind of grew away from it thanks to WoW, now I'm growing away from it thanks to this, so one wonders if I'm even in the right place anymore to enjoy RuneScape, I'm just really off today, so I keep feeling like I'm not making any sense. So, don't mind me. Wow. 2 potions for steak. Bandit leaders, they have fallen and I bring proof of their demise. Very fine work, sir. The meager funds I have with which to reward you do your efforts no justice. Perhaps I can find some of the finer weapons from my camp to serve you. The bandit horde we face in these lands seems endless in numbers, but I take whatever comfort I can, and that even during these dark times, the worst criminals want us to skip the hand of justice in Haywind. Thank you for your service, adventurer. Ooh. An effective soldier's weapon, also sometimes referred to as halabardo by simple folk. Don't get the reference, if it is one. It could just be world building. Iron battle axe. And then the shield. 800 gold. Some peace and justice has been brought to the people of Baron's Green. Gotta see a friendly face. With what you've done for us, we'll always be welcome around this camp. How are things around here? Marauders still roam these fields, and we continue to fight them wherever we find their camps. With your help taking down some of their worst leaders, they seem less coordinated, and their attacks have lost all bite. We'll root them all out in time, I think. No small part thanks to your efforts. I'm looking for allies. Ah yes, only my friend Zate would press for an brazen assault on the Bandit Fortress, much unlike the mayor, who's been reluctant to engage menacing raiders head-on. Very well. I shall gather what loyal men I can find. You may tell Zate he has my support. Excellent. I think that's actually everyone. Oh, no it's not. I have to head into the city. Your friend had more... I was just about to say you had more sense. That is a pretty quick cast. Does take a lot of mana though. See? What flexibility. It's very nice. I do wonder if I made sense there. Basically, I've played WoW, and that's a very flexible MMO with great ability to get around the place, mounts, speed, the flight paths. It's, you know, there's a lot of comfort features to it. And then I played this, which is very much RuneScape-like, with a lot of quality of life changes and improvements that I quite enjoy. There's great flexibility to it, there's horsey, and I enjoy it. So while some part of me wants to go back to RuneScape, I wonder if I could actually enjoy it with how more restrictive it is. It has a very different philosophy and playstyle, and that's not anything wrong with it. If you enjoy it, then fantastic. It just simply, I've grown away from it thanks to the other games. I enjoy a different playstyle. Or even FF14, for example. That's a different playstyle of MMO. So I've grown away from the RuneScape way of doing things. While I loved RuneScape back in the day, played it for years, I don't think I could enjoy it as I used to because I'm different now. I suppose it mightn't be too bad, say if I was to play it while watching TV or doing something like that, but I don't think I could sit down and focus on it and like record it, you know? I think I've grown too far away from it. I think. Maybe, maybe not, but I feel like I have. Like, just sitting here right now thinking about how much slower pace it is, how more restrictive getting around in it is, I don't think I could play it like I play this. I'll probably certainly give it another whack and try, and even then I may come back to it years later and have a mad itch to play it as it is, to enjoy the restrictiveness. That's not an impossibility. It just, right now I'm just thinking like, I think I really have grown away from it. Playing something like this and thinking of WoW and all that, I think I really have grown away from it. But, again, I may be in a different mood, you know. A mood may come across me someday where I really long to play it, and you know, I enjoy the restrictiveness. I'm in the mood for that, you know. That's not an impossibility. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, I think it made sense. I'm gathering allies for Sultan Bandit Fortress. So in other words, you're looking to hire my services. The boys and I don't work for free, not for anyone. As it happens, we're currently not short on coin, but there's something else I'd like to get my hands on. The locals in these lands have a special curved sword, the Haywood Sickle Sword. I want to add it to our arsenal. Bring me 10, bring me 10, and you may consider my company hired. Where I find such. There's a weapon merchant who sells them on the main street, heading east of the city's market square. Smithy on the northwestern side might also teach how to forge them. Otherwise, you could just take them off the hands of various scoundrels in the wilds surrounding the city. Don't care much how you acquire them, as long as you bring me 10. I wish I had a chest here. So, to be honest, are you really happy with swords of just taking, not killed a guy and taken? Because who knows what condition it's in. Oh, I suppose you could tell me to piss off if it's in bad condition. Ooh, I'm actually short a bit. Soldier's halberd. I wonder if he actually does give you much of a discount. Part of me thinks, I'm kind of of two minds of this. Like, you'll join in the fight not for pay, but for 10 swords. That's it. Risk your life against a bandit fortress for 10 swords. Seems a bit cheap, but but at the same time, those 10 swords are 100 and something a piece, and we're getting a discount. So I did just save him like 1,000. Maybe more. Well, certainly more. I think it's 150 a sword. So 1,500. I just saved him. I saved him 1.5k. So he is still getting paid, just he's not having to go buy new equipment. I have your swords. Nice. These look like some good blades. I bet my man can't wait to test them. Free to tell your commander you've hired us for some mayhem. When my man and I find by your side, there's no battle you can lose. I can promise you that. 1, 2. Excellent. That should be the quest done now. It says I haven't convinced the other guy. Huh, I can still climb that rope. Well, the town hall is still here, so I can go have a chat with them and see if they say anything. Actually, I could just follow this quest. No, it seems I haven't actually recruited the dude. Did I just not ask? Did I just not ask him? All this is making me excited, if I'm honest. I mean, just look at us, renegade heroes, preparing to fight for a righteous cause in spite of my father's denials. I'm such a rebel, aren't I? Wondering what all you will be up to. I'm off to do the hard work. There must still be honorable rogues left in this city. I'm sure I'm not the only one with a distaste for Lord Blackshield's kind. I'll seek out some of my old contacts. Perhaps they may be convinced to bury a few arrows into Blackshield's hoard, in exchange for adequate promises of gold, of course. Which means somebody needs to keep an eye on Joan, to keep him out of trouble, and to make sure he doesn't forget himself out there. Heavy burden to be sure, and one that must fall on my old shoulders. Yes, and in turn I shall... I'm gonna keep our spirits high, of course. These two will need somebody to make sure they stay on amicable terms. That'll be my job, I think. Blackshield. Ah yes, the self-styled Bandit Lord. I certainly hold no love for Blackshield. Frankly, I found him quite brutish and troublesome when he first showed up. I think there's a boat in the harbour that'll bring me across. Oh, he's still wanting a spruce. Shit. I'll have to get it for him eventually. I don't actually have any spruce. I could do it now, but no. Wonder if I can scrap these. New. Let's not scrap the soldier's halberd. Never gotten to use one. It's only slightly better accuracy than what I have, but an additional 9. King of Morm, so I'm quite happy with that. Okay, there's a little boat here. Can I use it? Yeah, like, see, there's great flexibility in this game. In getting around. It's quite nice. Like, you can just hop on a raft here and get up to here. You don't have to run... Healing Stone. It looks like fucking fell energy. You don't have to run all the way out city. You can teleport to your home here, hop here, and you're out of the city. There is great flexibility here. It's quite nice. Or I could just teleport here and walk over, then get back in the city through that boat. So it's... Pirates here. Times sure are strange. What cursed thing have we done to deserve to be targeted like this? Wouldn't think too hard about it. City's done well, just breeds envy is all. When these cities do well, this is normal. Nah, well, never said it was. Where'd they come from anyway? River leads in the sea. Would have had to sneak past Tornhill City though. Ah yes, well that city's not what it used to be. No surprise there, I guess. I think I saw them twitch. I think they're done. But, yeah, there's great flexibility here, so it's... Just another thing I think I would chafe and miss if I was to go back and play RuneScape, you know? So... My mind's kind of just stuck on that now. Partially because I'm wondering, like, did it even make sense? But also partially because my mind's just stuck on that. I'm just kind of off today and my mind's just kind of looping and stuck on things. I think I just didn't sleep well. But, yeah. I think I really have said everything I need to say, honestly. think I've said everything I need to say. I keep looping here. I keep getting stuck on the point and going around in circles. I need to stop. I've done 2 little sections there that I don't think I'm going to use, but it's ended up being like maybe between the 2 of them 3 minutes something, 4 minutes. I need to just move on. I think I made my point well enough. One point I did make during it that was on a separate note was, remember the whole like get on the boat here, fix up the boat here and sail down the river. I don't know where we landed, because we landed on a little spit in the middle of the river, killed the guide and got back on the boat. I have no idea where that's meant to be. And like it could be over here-ish, like on this, but that would make sense if we're to get over here. To get here. So, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. So, yeah. I think I've made sense in everything I've said about the whole RuneScape versus the Black Grimoire, Cursebreaker versus WoW, or like FF14 debate. If I didn't make sense, feel free to ask me in the comments and I'll type something up. That's not a big deal. Basically, it just comes down to flexibility. There's a lot more flexibility and like in the getting around in the world, in inventory, in stuff like that than RuneScape has. RuneScape is a lot slower and it's a lot more restrictive, which can have its own appeal, but I think after playing the other games and getting used to it, I don't think I can go back to it anymore. I think I've just outgrown it. Or I've just grown, I think I've just grown away from it is the better way to put it. Because there's nothing necessarily wrong with that style, it's just not for me anymore. So if you still enjoy it, then more power to you. I just don't think I'm there anymore. I'm not sure I could go back and do it. The idea of grinding in an area and having to not pick up loot or give up on grinding so I can run 10 minutes away and 10 minutes back to a bank just sucks. Maybe it's not quite as bad as 10 minutes, but I'm sure it'll feel like that when I run out of run energy and have to walk it. So, you know, it's not the most fun of things. So, having Horsey is such a mercy. This game wouldn't be nearly as fun without it. Okay, I think I'm happy with that, but my mind keeps changing. My mind keeps starting all over the place and it's making me twitchy. 1, 2, 3. I'm gathering allies for assaulting the Bandit fortress. Ah yes, Zaid must have sent you. I understand. You've helped me a great deal in protecting the river. Things here won't ever really improve until we take the fight to their fortress. I've got somebody finding a sense to do just that. With those Zaid, I'll be rounding up my most capable men for the effort. Excellent. Just do my Superman bit. Pretty much, I think the only thing I would want to go back to RuneScape 4 is like the aesthetic, the world, just the feel of the places. This feels very much different. This is its own game. While it shares mechanics with RuneScape, it is very much its own game in its own place. So, and sometimes you look at it, you kind of see RuneScape, but RuneScape does have its own aesthetic that this doesn't completely share. So that's something in RuneScape's favor, and its world, its setting. This is mechanically similar, but setting-wise, it is very different. So that is something that may draw me back. One, two. My head's all over the place. I just need to get into this and forget about things and just focus on the game. I thought I would lay down my sword and armor to gather dust until the end of my days. Now another fight is looming. I must admit there's something invigorating about donning the old plate. For that one final fight, you understand? I've attended to your contacts, so join us in the assault. Wonderful news. That means we're finally ready to strike. Send word to our allies. We should be gathering at a forward camp near the Bandit Fortress, in the woods to the northwest. Join us there when you're ready, and we should begin the assault together. Very good. We'll forge ahead and set up a camp in the woods near the Bandit Fortress. I trust you'll join us there when you're ready. Good luck. You join them now or later. I love how they just hide a wanted man in the town hall. Did they set up camp right outside? Awesome. Oh, Deputy Charlesworth. Hey there, Mark. I'm new deputy around here. Taking things over since the old one thought he was too good for this post or something. Well, I've got a plan to restore to this river, and it could be worth your while. So he got replaced. I was wondering what would happen there, and I guess if he headed to the other place, they'll get replaced as well. Maybe the Weather Witch is gone as well. It would be nice to see what the change is, but I'm not that into wandering around that much. I think these tents were already here. There's going to be had in the field today. Seize it. Looks surprisingly good, Joan. I thought the jail time would have left you withered. I'm glad you're trying any battle. It's not like I'll be joining you on the field of battle. This land will not forget the way the Murcross band fought against the Branded Horde. There's so many different conversations. Finally, we're about to have some action worthy of our skills. Stand the Murcross band shows these peasants how real warriors fight. Once the bloodshed begins, the peasant man will most likely cower, but the Murcross warriors will be there to carry us through. As you say. I managed to round up some old friends to our aid. They may not look like much, but each is worth a dozen of Black Shield's men at the very least. I should like to think. Could have used Slick Eddie among our ranks, but alas, Sate really put his foot down when it came to that. Indeed. Personal grudge. I'll admit I'm a little nervous. Never been in a fight before, but old Master Tabarus sent Ering and Grandral here to watch my back. They're very experienced magi. I'm sure they won't let anything happen to me. I'd have guessed when I first laid my eyes on you that you'd bring about such a change in our fortunes against the Bandit Horde. Some Debbie Reinler and I now do our part in restoring order back to this land. Very good. Brings me confidence to see among our ranks, knowing what a capable fighter you are. If not for you, I'll still find myself troubled by the band of leaders of Western Haywind. It's only proper that I now, in turn, fulfill my duty against Bandit Horde's fortress. I'm not much use on battlefield, I'm afraid, so I'll be staying back here, maintaining the camp and treating to our wounded. Stay safe. Does she even have much, like, medical skill? 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Is my mic oddly low? Just give me 1 second. Sometimes my mic gets lowered, and sometimes it's not even noted as lowered in the settings. I could just be talking low. Yeah, these helmets do look kind of silly. You wanted to be here, so you wear that helmet. There's no knowing what can happen when the bloodshed begins. Listen to the old vet. That letter may make all the difference if a stray arrow flies this way. Exactly. Don't forget about that blade in your hand should a bandit slip by us wander into our camp. Yes, Sate. I mean, sir. Glad to see you with us. We turned into quite the little fellowship, haven't we? Gathered here to fight for a Haywan that is free from pillage and dread. You played no small hand in getting us all here. Hope you'll join us now in this crucial fight. 1, 2, 3. Just leave. You can count on my aid. It seems a while back since I ran into you at the dark. It seems a while back since I ran into you at the dark hallway of the spruce shade crypts. I already would have guessed at the time we'd be fighting side by side for peace in Haywind. Still, it occurs to me I know quite little about you, nor did Sasha when I asked her. I guess before we move forward, I'm curious to know who our nameless champion is, who's thus far asked for nothing in return. Perhaps just consider me a guardian spirit, passing these lands from beyond the grave, once could say. You may call me Master Aircrest. Stewardship of these lands is my concern. I'd love a character like, yeah, Necromancer brought me back, petty vengeance. I still got some free will in me, though. As long as he doesn't know what I'm doing. Ah yes, an Aircrest. That does indeed explain much. It's why it keeps such a name close to heart. For I understand that Lord Goldbridge still treats it with great hostility. But you're among friends here. Sword is most welcome. Preparations for our assault are almost complete. Just say the word when you're ready to join the battle. What's our plan going into the battle? Sly Joan and the archers will provide as much cover as they can to get our magi close to the fortress. I have faith in their perfect magic to blast the gates open. Then I expect all mayhem will break loose. Simply have to push our way into the cave protected by the fort, the Marauder's underbelly, where we'll finally confront the bandit lord Blackshield. Shall we begin our assault then? Yeah, so let's not delay any further. I've no doubt we'll face great resistance once we break our way into their... Is that palisades? I swear it looks different than normal. But I don't normally see the words, so. But despite the numbers we face, we must fight fiercely into the fort and carve a path into Blackshield's chambers. The arms. Bring any who stay alive to me. Don't even give them a chance. More commanders in here. Arise, warriors of Haywind. On this day, spears shall be shaken. Shields shall be splintered. Enough speeches, warriors. To me. No, wait. To battle. Spill their blood. Ugh. New plan, charge. He's not dead, is he? I suppose I'll come my way through that. Oh, the gate's already broken. Mine. Jesus, I'm half dead here. Master Aircrest. Learned something you should know. Door bars our way into the fort steps. Battle leaders must hold the key. Spare a few men. Watch your back. I'm into Fenwater Village. my things keep ending up here? Does Fenwater have a bank? I've never been here before. Okay, perfect. Did that shitty fellow talk to you too? Who are you talking about? The guy lingering outside the village. He's been acting strange and I don't trust him. Can you go check it out? Look into it. I wish I could just give all the money to Horsey when I came back and just leave it at that. Fort to Haywind, I can hit the bank, and then we can go from there. At least I'm not missing any other gear. I think I'm missing some other resource. I'm missing one of my fucking bags. Bestiary. They're not bad enemies. They don't give bad loot, and they are pretty dangerous. Then again, I suppose their drop rate on the good loot is pretty low. I suppose that's the trade-off, given how many they are. Respawn rates. Apparently it's a 2-minute timer, though. That 2-minute timer may not apply to here. I'm also worried that if I do this, then the infinite spawn over there will stop. I kind of want it to stop because it would be nice to see progress, but it'll also be sad because I lose a grinding spot. But if I lose a grinding spot, I lose a grinding spot. It's a little outdated for me at this time anyway. How much use? Yeah. How much coins? I think it's better for me to just ignore the combat and just run in. Oh, this does feel alloys can heal me? Insane. Yeah, even the random archers. I thought it was like a mage doing it, but no, it's the random archers who are doing it. You don't... I know it's storage. On the hill from downtown. Oh shit. Kill me. I think I may call this here. I think I might call this here. Really need to fix my sleep schedule just looking at the fucking time. I'm tempted in using this halberd. The increased damage and slight increased accuracy would be nice, but I'm not sure if it's worth losing the defense. I wish money stacked on the horse rather than me having to send it back 25 coins at a time and nothing else. As much as I like seeing a conga line, that's a little too tedious for my liking. If I could automate it, I suppose it wouldn't be too bad, but meh. Maybe I should have just left that one there. They've actually taken my money. Okay, that's a little silly. I'll try out the halberd another time. For now, I'll use the staffy staff here. I do wonder if that guy isn't dead. Like, him to die like that would be kind of sad. When I hear him scream. I'm not crazy, I'm really not. Damn it. You know, I might call this here. I think I might call this here. Just, I'm getting a little frustrated with how much I'm dying. Like, enemies respawn too quickly to, like, thin out the herd. So I'm trying to operate under too much pressure, and I'm just getting killed for it. So, yeah. And I'm in pretty good gear, so it's not like I'm being held back by them. It'd be nice if these guys could bring me up there that bit quicker. There's a random stake in the woods. Not the worst of XP. I've just seen like 1 point something, so. One, two, three. Good defense XP here. Yeah. Oh, my stuff. Horrifying's over there. Constant infinite spawns means it's hard to get people into the keep. Whoa. Loot. Surround the executioner. Before you know it, you're already dead. Survive far worse than this. Well, you're just... Whoa! God damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna call quits here. I hope you've enjoyed, and... I've lost both my bags. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope you join me again soon. I've had my fill for today. Till then.